Go through team by team then and just see where things stand at the moment. Because okay, Albrecht and Nagatas, we'll do it alphabetically. Do you know anything about what they've done pre-season, Sean?
I know they have signed a giant striker, 1.9 million star. I'm guessing the next Zlatan.
Is he?
Yeah, he's super tall. I met him. I did a photo shoot with him.
Oh, okay.
And
did you have to stand on the box?
Kinda. And he's super grumpy as well.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, so he had this like perpetual frown on his face. And I was like, how do you understand that kind of thing? Yeah. And interestingly, he's a left footer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be interesting to see whether.
What's his name?
Kazuki Mine? How does he pronounce his name? Mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll work on that before the start of the season, bro. So they've their friendly results are they beat Ceres LaSalle 2-1.
Yeah.
They drew with Tampines 1-1. They beat Young Garino, Young Lions, and then they lost to Warriors. Have you watched any of these games, Gary or Nigel?
Just one of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the main issue now is to get the team to gel together. I mean, after all, they lost the entire spine of the team. You still have Kawata there though, but a lot has to be seen in the next 1 week or two when the season starts, how well they can gel together. Usually Albrecht starts off well, but they fade off away. So I think the start of the season will go on to determine how well they will do this season.
What do you know about Tsushi Kawata?
Amazing player, I would say. Probably one of the better foreigners in the league this season. Last year, he alone had 5 goals and, more than that, I think about 11 goals. He was one of a focal point for Albrecht in attack. I mean, with your striker not scoring, your wingers have to pick up the slack, and that's what he did. He gave some assists as well. Pretty good player, and a lot will fall onto his shoulders this year.
How much will they miss Koguri, Gary?
Well, I think because every year Albrecht, they usually change almost 2/3 of their squad. They keep a handful of, key players, retained players here and there, the various departments. But Koguri will definitely be a big miss because of his ability to pull the strings between, midfield and attack, especially in the final third, where he has been quite influential, and he was he was Player of the Year last season. And now that he's at Hougang, he's expected to do a similar role there. But I think Albrecht, they'll be compensated by the return of former player Tatsuro Inui. He will want to he'll have something to prove in his second stint at Jurong East Stadium after previous stints at Warriors and at Geylang. And especially for the coach now, Ki Nauro, this is actually his second stint in Singapore after his one season back in 2009, where he led the club to a rather modest mid-table finish after a slow start to the season. And ever since then, he has been back in Japan with various local clubs. His last appointment was in a J3 club, a third division club in the J League, Gorilla Morioka. So now that he's back here with more experience, with more games under his belt, he's keen to prove that he can do better than what he did in 2009, and probably do better than what his predecessor Tatsuyuki Okuyama has done over the past 2 seasons.
How approachable are Isnirayo, for example? How approachable are these guys? How good is their English? Do you know? None, really?
Yeah, he has to use a translator.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And that goes for most of the players, does it?
Yeah, most of them. I think Koguri can speak English.
Right.
Yeah, Koguri has a good handle on his English. But for the rest, they still need a translator.
Okay. But I've been to an Albrecht's game last season. It was the one that got called off because of the haze against Tampines, I think. But that was a good match day experience. They had frozen Kirin beer on the go. They had all the players were super nice to the fans.
Yeah.
So it just seemed to be a really good community, and obviously they have a lot of Japanese followers. If I'm in Singapore, where shall I be located to support Albrecht?
Jurong East.
Yeah,
Jurong East where they play.
Yeah.
They've been there for a few years now. But I think over the years, Albrecht have always been an admirable team. Always a young squad, feeder squad that they bring through. And you always get the star that will shine after the season, and he'll be picked up by another club, which is what the whole system is about. Whether they actually move on into the Japanese senior team, or they get picked up by any local team or regional teams as well. So I think the system that they have is pretty good, nurturing young talents, giving them the experience. and eventually at the end of the day help them grow in their career.
And speaking of which, following up where Amos had just mentioned, I mean, one of their former players, I mean, who played for Geylang last season, Bruno Suzuki Castanheira, he's now back in the J League Second Division club, FC Gifu. I mean, as an attacking backup player. I mean, it proves that, I mean, with the Albrecht system, not just you can go on to play in various parts of Southeast Asia, but also going back to Japan where you can have respectable playing careers in the Japanese lower divisions. But that said also, I'll now just add one more thing about Jurong East Stadium this season. The turf is being relayed at this moment. It's going to be artificial turf, and it's going to be a massive challenge initially for Albrechts, but also for opponents this season.
Well, I didn't know that. So fully artificial.
Yeah.
That's interesting, huh?
Yeah.
That's because they had a fantastic field there.
Yeah.
I guess maintenance-wise, maybe.
The maintenance has always been an issue.
It's hard playing on the artificial turf, right, Amos?
Yeah, definitely.
Hurts the back, hurts the knees.
It's never the same than playing on a nice grass pitch. At the end of the day, it definitely works on your knees and your joints after the game.
Yeah.
On the concrete pitch at Jalan Besar Stadium, as how some players would privately call it.
Yeah. I agree, excuse me. I've heard they're carcinogenic as well, those rubber pellets. So it's for goalkeepers in the States, I hear they're doing some research because all the scrazes that you get.
Yeah. Wait, now you know why I never dive.
Okay. Out of 10, give me the success of Alberex's season. 10 being a good season, 1 being not so good. Let's start off with Sean.
For this year,
Yeah, for this year.
I think 10 would be retaining the 2 cup titles that they won last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
and
you think they can do that?
at least I see them retaining at least 1,
Okay.
not 2.
So about 7. They're going to be about 7 out of 10 this year.
Yeah.
Gary.
I will actually give it a 6 because it's another brand new team with a few key players. It's going to be a massive challenge, and we would love to see whether Naoki Nauro can live up for a better second stint in Singapore.
I love the way, Garrett, I love the way you talk. You talk like you write. I love it. You know what I mean? It's brilliant. Nigel.
Say a 6.5. Retaining Nozawa in goal has to be the biggest, thing that Albirex have done in the pre-season. But I'm not too impressed with their new imports. I think they will be thereabouts, but as usual, they will not be right at the top, right at the end of season.
Amos.
I think probably a 5 maybe for me. Reason being, all the other teams have now bulked up in terms of squad, so the competition is going to be even tougher this year. And next they've got a new set of team which needs to gel, and they've got such a short time to gel.